All the Way to the River is a story about what happens when the life you carefully built no longer fits the person you have become. It's not a story about dramatic collapse or public failure. It's a story about something quieter and often more painful. The slow realization that love has changed, that identity has shifted, and that staying the same might cost more than leaving. This is a story about love, loss, and liberation, not as abstract ideas, but as lived experiences. Most of us are taught that love is supposed to be enough. If you love someone deeply, you stay. If you're committed, you endure. If things are difficult, you try harder. But All the Way to the River begins with a question most people are afraid to ask. What if love is real and still not right anymore? The book explores the moment when affection remains, but alignment disappears. When partnership still exists, but freedom quietly fades. Not because anyone is cruel, not because someone failed, but because people grow, and sometimes they grow in different directions. This kind of loss is especially painful because there is no villain, only grief for something that once felt safe and now feels confining. One of the hardest truths in the book is this: leaving doesn't mean you didn't love, it means you loved and still chose yourself. This kind of grief is complex. You're mourning the relationship, the shared future, the version of yourself that existed inside that bond. But you're also grieving the guilt of knowing your choice will hurt someone you care about. This is not the clean grief of loss through death. This is grief tangled with agency. You made the decision, and that makes it heavier. The book doesn't rush past this pain. It sits inside it, because real transformation doesn't happen without honest mourning. One of the most powerful themes in the book is the idea that staying can sometimes be more destructive than leaving. Not dramatically, not visibly, but slowly. You begin to shrink. You soften your truth. You mute your needs. You compromise your inner voice until it's barely audible. This isn't sacrifice for love, it's suffering. And the book makes a bold claim. A relationship that requires you to abandon your authentic self will eventually cost you your spirit. The longer you stay, the further you drift from who you are becoming. The river in the title is not just a place, it's a metaphor. A river moves forward whether you're ready or not. It doesn't pause for certainty. It doesn't ask permission. To go all the way to the river means to stop standing on the bank, half in, half out, and finally step into movement. It means accepting that change will carry you somewhere unknown, and choosing that anyway. The river represents life itself. Uncontrollable, unpredictable, but deeply alive. You can cling to the shore, or you can trust the current. Freedom sounds romantic, but in practice, it's terrifying. Because freedom means no guarantees, no scripts, no familiar structure. The book is honest about this. Leaving certainty does not immediately create peace. It creates space. And space can feel like emptiness before it feels like possibility. There are moments in the book filled with doubt. Did I make a mistake? Was safety better than truth? Will I regret this? Liberation doesn't arrive as confidence. It arrives as commitment to uncertainty. A major turning point in the book is the shift from loneliness to solitude. Loneliness is absence. Solitude is presence. The difference is subtle, but transformative. When you're alone after a major life rupture, you're forced to confront yourself without distraction. There is no role to play, no partner to mirror you, no identity reinforced by someone else's expectations. This is uncomfortable, but it's also fertile, because this is where you remember who you are when no one else is shaping you. Loss doesn't just remove people from our lives, it removes versions of ourselves. Partner, caregiver, companion, future planner. The book explores what it means to rebuild identity after a relationship ends, especially when that relationship defined much of your adult life. Who are you when the shared story is gone? The answer doesn't come all at once. It comes through daily rituals, quiet decisions, learning what feels true again. Identity isn't found, it's rebuilt. One of the most radical ideas in the book is a redefinition of love. Love, it suggests, is not ownership, it's not permanence, it's not obligation. Love is presence, while it lasts. Care without control. Gratitude without attachment. This doesn't make love weaker, it makes it honest. Because love that requires captivity is not love. It's fear disguised as devotion. Throughout the book, the body appears as a quiet guide. The body knows before the mind does. Tightness, fatigue, restlessness, relief. These signals are often ignored. especially in relationships where logic and loyalty dominate. But the book argues that liberation begins when you listen to what your body has been telling you all along. Your body knows when you are betraying yourself. This is not a fairy tale. Liberation does not equal constant joy. There are days of grief, days of fear, days of longing for the familiar. But there is also something else, a deep, quiet sense of alignment. You may feel sad, but not false, uncertain, but not trapped, alone, but not lost. Liberation is not euphoria, it is integrity. At its core, the book is about one choice: comfort or truth. Comfort offers stability, predictability, and approval. Truth offers expansion, honesty, and risk. Neither is easy, but only one allows you to keep becoming who you are meant to be. The book does not judge those who choose comfort. It simply tells the story of what happens when someone chooses truth and accepts the cost. One of the quiet themes of the book is learning to tolerate disappointment, especially other people, as disappointing someone you love can feel unbearable. But disappointing yourself is a slower, deeper pain. Liberation requires the courage to be misunderstood, to be seen as selfish, to be questioned. You cannot live a fully honest life and remain universally approved. That is the price of freedom. Interestingly, the book does not end with rejection of love. It ends with a deeper understanding of it. Love after liberation is not desperate, not clinging, not self-abandoning. It is spacious. You can love without losing yourself. You can connect without disappearing. You can commit without captivity, but only if you first learn how to stand on your own. This book resonates because it speaks to a quiet epidemic. People living lives that look fine, but feel wrong. People staying because leaving would disrupt everything. People silencing their inner voice to preserve stability. This story gives permission to ask, what is my river? Where have I been standing still out of fear? What would it mean to trust movement? Going all the way to the river doesn't mean reckless change, it means honest change. It means acknowledging when a chapter has ended, even if it was beautiful, even if it shaped you, even if it still holds love. Because staying past truth doesn't preserve love, it erodes it. All the way to the river is not about one decision, it's about a way of living, a willingness to listen inward, a commitment to truth over comfort, a courage to move when life asks you to move. Liberation is not a destination, it's a practice. And sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is stop standing on the shore and step into the current, not knowing exactly where it will take you, but trusting that movement is better than silence, that truth is better than safety, and that becoming whole is worth the risk.